Ladies and gentlemen, we come to the first of our title fights this evening, a contest of 12 3-minute rounds to decide the vacant Cruiserweight Championship of the Commonwealth. Between and introducing first in the blue corner, wearing the gold and the black trunks, he weighed in at 13 stone 7 pounds and comes to the ring from New South Wales in Australia. Will you please give a nice warm welcome to Adam Watt. And his opponent cross-ring in the red corner, wearing the green trunks trimmed with black and yellow. He weighed in at 13 stone 7.5 pounds, and he enters the ring as the former undefeated Cruiserweight Champion of the Commonwealth from London, Bruce Scott. Your officials for this contest, your timekeepers Mr. Ricky Gilmore and the referees Mr. John Keane. This is 12 3-minute rounds for the Cruiserweight Championship of the Commonwealth.
Seconds out, round one.
Our trade paper boxing news says this will be the fight of the night on such a glamorous bill. The unfashionable but determined, gritty Bruce Scott in the green trunks, attempting to reclaim the Cruiserweight 13 stone 8 Commonwealth belt that he never lost inside a ring. The hard-hitting Hackney man must be extremely careful here early on against the explosive but chinny banger Adam Watt from Australia. He boasts a whole host of early wins, yet he has been knocked out himself twice in the opening round. Do not venture too far away from your screens. Could be short and fiery.
Well, Watt seems to use his feet to get himself out of trouble. He steps back high from punches, you can see that already. So that's maybe why he's been caught a couple of times on the chin.
Scott, an aggressive fighter, 16 knockouts in his 22 wins, but he knows nothing about Watt. He just heard he was tall, rangy and could punch. Never seen a video. There's a big height difference, isn't there?
Yeah, and Watt's already landed a decent left hook just in the first 20 seconds of the fight. So it didn't seem to trouble Scott any, but at least he sampled the power. So maybe he's just decided to do a bit more thinking than punching at the moment.
And again was caught Bruce Scott. Pretty good chin though. Rugged campaigner. He looks a little fleshy to me. And down goes Scott in the opening round. And there's the power of Adam Watt, the little left hand. And Bruce Scott's in a bit of trouble here. He holds onto the ropes. He shakes his head. And he has trouble getting forward there. The fight goes on. Watt, who's hurt Scott badly, trying to become the first Australian to win the Commonwealth title. Bad moments for Bruce Scott.
Scott is doing the right thing, just grab hold, buy some time. This fellow is a natural puncher, he doesn't even have to wind him up. Again, the left hook doing the damage.
And there goes Scott, and now Adam Watt goes down. Well, what an opener here. We thought this might happen. Both men down inside the first round. And will Scott now go for it? The left hand of Watt. And now Bruce Scott's hurt again, badly. He holds on to Watt. Well, swings and roundabouts.
See, Watt's punching is definitely better than Scott's. I mean, you can see the power. I mean, that was a kind of clubbing shot from Scott that put Watt over. But these are real sharp, well-delivered, powerful shots.
Left hook to the body, and Scott's wobbled again, and he's down for the second time in the round.
I think that'll be a stumble. I don't think he'll count that. That was a stumble.
No knockdown, but two legitimate ones. What an exciting first round here in Hampden Park. Well, water on the head for Adam Watt, who's also got a little bit of a graze by his eyebrow. And here's the moment he got Bruce Scott into trouble.
You see, turn of the hook bang on the chin. The left hook seems to be his pet punch. That was the one. He had landed it early in the fight, That was the next good one, which caused the knockdown. Just bang, turns his body, bang. That is natural punching power we're seeing here. And full credit to Scott, he did the right things, he got himself back together, bought some time, and a clubbing left hook put Watt over. That wasn't as good a punch, and I don't think Watt was seriously hurt, but it evened up the round points-wise, which is good news for Bruce Scott. Kind of clubbing left hook, but didn't have a lasting effect on Scott.
Here's the second. Bruce Scott very quick out of his corner in the green trunks, trying to regain the Commonwealth belt that he won in a cracking fight with Darren Corbett. And he vacated it to concentrate on the world level. He lost 2 challenges to Juan Carlos Gomez and Johnny Nelson. Now he's in with Sydney's unpredictable Adam Watt. And again, Watt tries that left hook that had Scott down in the first round.
He looks very well schooled, Watt. You know, everything's nice and controlled. He doesn't do some silly things. Chin a little bit high now and again. I'm told he was a kickboxer at one time, but he certainly mastered the skills in this game.
He was knocked out in a round by the world-class West Indian Wayne Braithwaite and by Valerie Vicor as well. His only 2 defeats in his 15-fight record. Scott a little clumsy as he charges in.
I think that when you've been shaken a couple of times and you're outreached, then obviously you have to start thinking, can't do anything reckless. He's been on the floor, he's been hurt, so he's trying to find a sensible way up close.
He's trying to get inside and unleash his own left hook. But Watt's got a long raking jab, and again wobbles Scott with the same left hand.
See, Scott is reaching with the punches a little bit. He has to get up close. He has to get high defence, get up close and bull this guy a little bit and let go with short punches. If he reaches with the punch, he's going to be countered.
He doesn't seem to have fully recovered from that early knockdown as he bulls his way forward. Big reach advantage for the Australian. He does occasionally leave himself open, and maybe Scott can find that chink in the armour. But a right uppercut from Watt. And left hand's raining in. He does look as though he carries the power.
Yeah, every clean punch, it seems to be troubling Scott. This fella can definitely punch.
He was saying at the weigh-in how he wants Johnny Nelson. He was looking beyond Bruce Scott to our WBO Cruiserweight king, who is ringside tonight. Unsteady on his legs, Bruce Scott. Really unsure of quite how to work out Watt.
See, he has to get his feet up close. He's still trying to reach from a distance with his punches, but he's got to get close. That way he's in safe ground. His own defences are tight. But this is an awkward night's work for him. Low punch.
Yeah, a bit low there at the end of a slightly less eventful second round. Doesn't look bad, this Australian.
Yep, he looks well schooled. He's cool under fire. He steps back from Scott's attacks. You know, he doesn't pull away, hanging his chin out dangerously. So he's learned the business. But Scott, see, he's finding it difficult to get close. I don't think he wants to lead from long range. I think he wants to step in close and try and whack away to the body here. Leading with an uppercut, I mean, not bad at all. This little fellow's been practicing something in the gym. That's lovely. Follows every decent punch he follows up to with natural power.
You think maybe he's seen some of Scott on video?
Well, he's quite at home. Things are going his way here. His punches are landing, and Scott's are falling short.
Round 3.
Third round here. Adam Watt, the dangerous man from Sydney in the gold and black trunks, the much taller boxer, 32 years of age, trying to come over to Britain and take back the Commonwealth Cruiserweight belt that was once property of the man he's up against, Bruce Scott. London-based Jamaican who came here in '89 and has been a very popular figure around the game.
A nice rhythm too, the way he lets the punches go. For a big tall fellow, he doesn't exactly look like a natural fighter. But a nice little bit of rhythm in those punches then.
Yes, he was a kickboxer, and Scott had much more amateur experience in Jamaica. Won silver and gold medals in the Caribbean tournament. Now Scott tries to back Watt up on the ropes, and this is better for the Hackney man. Watt tries to get off the ropes as quickly as possible.
That's
and now back Scott up.
Yep, see, he has to get close. He has to get close with a tight defence. You can't reach for this guy, but deep breath there coming from Scott.
Well, it's been quite a pace in the opening 3 rounds. Both trying to land. But Watt having more success in breaking Scott's guard and backing him in that far corner.
He looks a lot more experienced than the amount of fights he's had. I mean, he's just standing off there, giving himself a little bit of room. He's not getting too close to Scott, not letting him getting tied up, so his punching was effective.
It's on paper, Scott should be the far more experienced man, who's fought twice at world level and at Commonwealth and British. Little right hand gets in.
Scott's making him work, which is the good news. We're looking at a long fight here, so maybe eventually he can grind him down a little bit, but no real signs of alarm yet in the Australian.
No signs of alarm, but he's certainly slowed a little bit.
There's the left hook again.
There's these big hooks. Adam Watt to head and body. And again, Scott just unsteady on his legs.
See, Scott's having to force everything here. He's not getting his timing. He can't catch this fellow. So he's forcing everything he does, burning up energy. And he's looking far more tired than the Australian.
Yes, he just hasn't found his rhythm, but that hurt Watt. And now Scott, can he press home the advantage? The bell goes, he can't. But a little sigh and a breath from Adam Watt will be a good sign for the other corner.
Well, this is much more exciting than I imagined. Both guys been shaken. Scott looking a little bit weary at times here. As I said it in commentary, he's forcing the action. Nothing's coming smoothly, so he's burning up a lot of steam. And the Australian, nice variety of punches, and he goes through some nice body shots, which is also taking a bit of the steam away from Scott. But to his credit, Scott is still hanging in there. You can see a little stumble then. And towards the end of the round, he started coming back with some good shots, and he shook Watt. But unfortunately, not enough time to capitalise on it.
Bruce Scott breathing and very heavily in between the rounds.
Round 4.
Here's the fourth in the Cruiserweight division. European and British champion Carl Thompson, who Bruce Scott is after next. But he needs to come through this test with Adam Watt from Sydney in Australia. Scott starting to close the distance down. Both men down in the first. But Scott in more trouble. Left hand from Scott.
Yeah, Scott's getting closer now. The pace is slowing a little bit, so this gives him much more of a chance.
He's closing the range down. It's the sort of fight that Bruce Scott likes, to get in tight. But back comes Watt. Left and right, and down goes Scott again. And he looks hurt as he stumbles on the corner. Frank Black says, take your time. But he's on very hazy legs again. He shakes his head. He's asked to walk forward, but he's hurt, and badly hurt.
Badly hurt. He has not thrown the effects upon. One more clean one. This referee is going to have to step.
Right's coming in, and Adam Watt is surely, yes he is, the new Commonwealth Cruiserweight champion. He just had too much firepower for Bruce Scott in the fourth round. The man from Sydney becomes the first Australian to hold this title. Apollo Sweet of New Zealand once did it. But Adam Watt is the new Commonwealth Cruiserweight champion in a seesaw battle here at Hampden Park.
Well, quality, powerful punching from the Australian, and unfortunately for Scott, he just found him too easy to hit. Scott always struggling with the distance, trying to get close, and the punches that were coming his way were powerful shots.
What a victory for the Jeff Fenwick side, who came in March, and Nedal Hussain took back the Commonwealth Super Bantamweight title. Now their man has taken home the Cruiserweight belt.
See, the problem, every clean punch that Watt landed seemed to trouble Scott. So obviously, natural punching power this fellow has. All cleanly delivered, landed bang on target. And a good variety of shots too. He was leading with uppercuts, hooks, right crosses. A really excellent performance. And you can see when Scott goes down here, no hope of him really recovering again.
Every win inside the distance for Adam Watt. He is a dangerous man amongst the world cruiserweights as he takes this belt home. Maybe Juan Carlos Gomez, Fabrice Tiozzo, Vasily Khirov and Johnny Nelson, who is here, are watching closely.
And at this time you can see he had not recovered from the shots. The referee had no option. He was throwing nothing back, and these shots were banging home on target all over the place. The referee just had to step in.
Disastrous for Bruce Scott, who had not seen a tape of Adam Watt, and maybe that was a major disadvantage. But a good stoppage because Scott was out on his feet. Long raking punches from Adam Watt, and look at the joy, the jubilation on his face as he goes back to his corner into the arms of the Fenwics. Fantastic moment, and Australian boxing is back on the map.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 4 seconds of round 4, the referee John Keane having stopped the contest. Bruce Scott, unfortunately, being in no position to continue. Your winner and the new Cruiserweight Champion of the Commonwealth from Australia, Adam Watt. And your appreciation for a very brave challenger indeed there, Bruce Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to ask the General Secretary of the British Boxing Board of Control, Mr. Simon Block, to present the championship bout to the new Cruiserweight Champion of the Commonwealth, Adam Watt.
Live and exclusive to Main Event. The man.